evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, multiple communities are reeling from this week's storm.
Our Doug Banks spoke with Mima about an important step Mainers need to take in their recovery.
Damage we've seen from the storm this week is devastating.
That reality is why Mainers are urged to report damage to the proper agencies. Officials say it's not about addressing your own needs.
By reporting your damages, you are helping your neighbors, your friends, your family members, anyone else who also experienced damage. The greater potential that federal funding could be available. So it's very important to report your damages with the understanding that there is no guarantee for federal funding at this time.
To report damage, go to the website maine.gov/governor/mills/flood. From there, you'll see two options: individuals and households initial damage assessment and business and agriculture initial damage assessment. Then click the online survey link that applies to you. Corson says Mainers will still need to call their insurance providers.
Whether you do it by phone or by email, you're not waiting for somebody to contact you back with information. You are simply giving information to the state so we can better assess how widespread the impact was across the state.
If you or someone loses Wi-Fi, Corson says to call 211.
211 has been brought in to help us with this process. They have operators that help fill out those survey forms for people who don't have internet access or are not comfortable doing it themselves.
In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, preparations are underway in Bangor for the next system headed our way. Our Matthew Juroncic has more.
3 storms in the span of a few weeks. This may seem like a lot for any municipality to handle, but for the Bangor Public Works Department, preparing for these storms is in their DNA.
We're really looking at this storm as if it's a repeat of Wednesday's storm, but we have high hopes it'll be a little less severe.
And while there's some optimism in the air, there are some concerns Hootery is keeping an eye on.
Like the flooding might be a little bit worse. We're looking at not as much rain coming down necessarily, but a strong storm surge coupled with a high tide.
Public Works isn't the only group getting ready for the upcoming storm.
We're just expecting the high tide to be at the noontime tomorrow, so we're just preparing in case we have the same flooding situations that we had earlier in the week.
And while everything looks calm on the horizon for now, officials offer this piece of advice in preparing for the storm.
I encourage residents to be prepared, stay home if they can.
In Bangor, Matthew Juroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
City officials have put a parking ban in effect starting tonight at 11 p.m. for the areas in and around Kenduskeag Extreme Plaza, to include behind Pickering Square Parking Garage, Merchants Plaza, and Camden National Bank. City officials will be monitoring conditions in the area and potentially reopen the area once the danger of flooding has passed.
Meanwhile, in Castine, Wednesday's rain and wind damaged a waterside restaurant and scattered debris across the town dock. Our David Ledford spoke with business owners and residents who are rushing to clear the mess and prepare for tomorrow.
There's only so much we can do.
Castine is bracing for yet another storm after Wednesday's weather brought flooding to the area. Cleanup efforts are underway, but officials say the community was hit hard. The town's sewer pump has been running on a generator since the storm, and because of that, any damage to the generator could cause issues for everyone.
We want to protect the pumps that are down there that is running in the generator, because if that fails, we'd have some issues of sewage going all over every area in town.
After Wednesday's storm destroyed parts of a local restaurant and a boatyard, residents are taking several other precautions.
Members of the community came together to fill sandbags, put up barricades, and seal off doors to nearby buildings. And some also joined in helping local businesses clear out debris from the last storm.
We're just trying to get stuff battened down or cleaned out. In a day and age where people are divided, to actually see, people with different political interests or beliefs or whatever, none of that is on the table today. Everybody is helping out.
We get a lot of people when the town needs help. We put a call out to everyone in town and lots of people show up to volunteer.
Some business owners are concerned that the storm damage will have lasting effects for the Castine community.
The whole thing is just a mess, and I'm really concerned. This is a destination, people cruising in their sailboats and their power boats. They come all the way from Florida. It's devastated the summer economy.
In Castine, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Eligible SNAP recipients will get some help this weekend after a December storm caused many of them to lose food. Maine DHHS is issuing an estimated $13.5 million benefit replacement. The mid-December storm knocked out power to much of the state for several days. It's the first emergency waiver Maine has received since the ice storm of '98, which also caused widespread outages. Those who get SNAP benefits and live in storm-affected areas will automatically get that replacement benefit, totaling 60% of their December benefit on Saturday. More than 76,000 households across the state will receive those funds.
Well, switching gears now, tensions were high as the Government Oversight Committee debated what actions they should recommend to help solve Maine's child welfare crisis. The committee has spent much of its off-season hearing from Maine's child caseworkers and continuing its deep dive into the failures of Maine's child welfare system. Senator Jeff Timberlake, who has sat on the Government Oversight Committee for 6 years, was noticeably frustrated with the lack of action during that time.
For 6 years, I've sat here. For 6 years, we've talked about it. For 6 years, nothing happened. I'm very scared, Representative, that if we continue at the same process we're at, and we wait for another month for the department to give us information, and we wait for another month, we're going to have walked out of here. I'm going to feel, not saying the rest of this committee, I'm only going to speak for Jeff Timberlake, that I'm going to have walked out of here a failure.
The committee was largely in agreement on a number of different reforms, including improving recruitment and retention within the Department of Health and Human Services, investing more in services for families, and separating the Office of Child and Family Services from DHHS.
Term limits for Congress were the center of discussion today at the State House in Augusta. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard was there and has the story.
These two amendments would do wonders for our nation, and that's what the VLA will be voting on this morning.
Ken Quinn is the regional director for U.S. Term Limits, an organization that advocates for calling an Article 5 convention with all 50 states for the purpose of enacting congressional term limits and campaign finance restriction amendments to the U.S. Constitution.
What we want is to have the states have this discussion. We know Congress is not going to limit their own term of office.
The Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee discussed and voted on a joint resolution that would call for 2 separate Article 5 conventions to address the issues. Several committee members questioned if the conventions could be restricted to their topics.
I recognize that there is significant debate in good faith from both sides of this issue as to whether or not parameters could be considered and whether or not a convention could be controlled or whether it would run away to all sorts of other unrelated topics.
Senator Rick Bennett, the sponsor of the resolution, assured committee members that protections for a productive convention are in place.
The Constitution is very clear that an Article 5 convention is different and well-defined under the Constitution as opposed to a general constitutional convention.
Quinn adds that currently 6 other states have signed onto the convention, but even if they get to the 34 required states to agree, that doesn't necessarily mean a convention will be held.
Now, how this is going to play out is as we get closer to the 2/3, Congress is going to finally read the writing on the wall, and they will preempt the process and propose the amendments to avoid the states doing it to them. This will probably go down in our history as the fastest ratified amendment our country has ever seen.
The joint resolution passed the committee by a vote of 6-3. It will now make its way for a full vote of the legislature. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Bangor police are looking for a pair of suspects following a series of alleged smash and grab burglaries. According to Sergeant Jason McCambly, the suspects are believed to be using a gray-colored Chrysler Pacifica with a rear license plate displaying 4 numbers and 2 letters. Sergeant McCambly says the suspect vehicle parks close to other cars, allowing the burglars to use the sliding door to break into other vehicles without ever stepping outside. The vehicle is also suspected of being involved in similar car burglaries in Hancock County. Anyone with information should call the Bangor Police Department at 947-7384.
A crash in Ellsworth last night sent 4 people to the hospital. It happened a little before 7 p.m. on the Surrey Road. Police say 37-year-old Hudson Ferreira dos Santos of Framingham, Massachusetts, was driving from Ellsworth towards Surrey when he crossed the center line. His vehicle struck a vehicle driven by 45-year-old Sherry Kane of Ellsworth head-on. Both drivers and 2 passengers in the Dos Santos vehicle were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. That crash still under investigation.
There are new developments tonight as the deaths of a Farmington mother and daughter have now been ruled a homicide. The 2 were found inside the dog kennel that the younger woman owned. Mal Meyer reports.
Jean Robinson and her daughter, Allison Cumming, known as Joy, were found inside Positive Dog Kennel just 2 days after Christmas. It's devastating to those who knew them. Joy Cumming was an Army veteran. She also served as a state adjutant for the Department of Massachusetts Veterans of Foreign Wars. Others we talked to who did not want to go on camera described Cumming as a big part of the community and willing to help everyone. During the pandemic, she started a Facebook page to help people get assistance, supplies, or other needs. Community members say Cumming was extremely passionate and great with the pups and her care. She also fostered and helped place rescue dogs. A few days ago, Cumming's business partner Sherry wrote on Facebook that she relied on Joy for every small problem at the kennel, saying, "Now that you're gone, I will have a hard time. I miss you so badly." Local police declined an interview and deferred all questions to state police. It's unclear how the 2 died. State police are not releasing the cause of death. Authorities are still investigating the circumstances surrounding the 2 homicides, but say there is no danger to the public.
And that was Mal Meyer reporting.
All right, as we look outdoors now today, as we said before, the calm before yet another storm.
Yeah, and it's on its way. It's probably hours out, if not kind of arriving already. Let's go ahead and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. For most locations, high temperatures back up near 30 today. Tomorrow, upper 40s to low 50s because another front is on the way. Behind it, though, much colder temperatures are on the way. To get there first, though, another significant storm on the way for us for tomorrow with heavy rain, snow, wind, and surf again. And power concerns are a concern tomorrow with wind gusts near 50 to 60 miles per hour. The advisories are posted across the entire area. And here is a winter weather advisory, a high wind warning, gale warnings, the whole thing once again with snow changing to rain early tomorrow morning and then high winds pretty much all day long tomorrow. Here it is now working our way. There's going to be lots of rain across the region for tomorrow. Flooding is a concern once again. The bigger concern, though, of course, is the power concerns with those high winds approaching 60 miles per hour. And this thing means business once again, a series of these, right? Moving in our direction for tomorrow, pretty much all day long. Our forecast then tonight, we're looking at cloudy skies, some snow likely before sunrise tomorrow with low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. We'll be waiting for it.
Indeed, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Senator Susan Collins made a visit to St. Joseph Hospital in Bangor this morning.
And the town of Etna has a post office again after going without one for 2 years. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
America, get ready for some Caitlin Clark in your life. Saturday on Fox Prime Time Hoops.
Get ready for Super Wild Card Weekend on Fox. An historic rivalry reignites as Dak leads the Bulls against Love and the Packers.
Touchdown!
Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox. All part of Super Wild Card Weekend.
Welcome back. Senator Susan Collins made a stop at St. Joseph Hospital in Bangor today to see and discuss the impact of the federal investments secured for the hospital. More than $700,000 of funding was used to upgrade the hospital's mammogram imaging equipment. The new equipment offering a more comfortable experience for patients of all ages and sizes, while also allowing the hospital to expand its hours of operation.
This is a great hospital that does so much good for so many people, and being able to help them at a time of fiscal constraints for healthcare and in Washington means a lot to me.
Additionally, $1.5 million of funding was used to improve inpatient and age-friendly care. Those improvements include the incorporation of ADA-compliant accessibility features, expanded end-of-life care rooms, and a more calming environment overall.
Well, after more than 2 years of being closed, the town of Etna once again has a post office. Etna's post office closed in 2021 because of structural issues. A new facility was completed in September of 2022, but the United States Postal Service did not restore operations. Residents contacted Representative Jared Golden's office about the situation in June of 2023. Golden says he repeatedly requested information. After getting no updates for months, he sent a letter directly to Postmaster General DeJoy in September demanding answers and calling for greater accountability moving forward. The post office is now officially open.
Some great news for the residents there.
Absolutely.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, we'll have reactions from stakeholders around the globe and domestically on the U.S. and U.K. airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen.
And we're about a week out from the threat of another government shutdown. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole, with boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
The apprentice program is learning while doing, but also acknowledging that people can't learn while they do with no money.
The other important thing to understand is that with our partnership with SMCC and USM, we've made a commitment that the college tuition for the courses is free to participants. And you have an ability to mold those individuals in a way that you know they're going to be successful and ensure that the work that they're doing is high quality work. It's not just sort of learning out of context. It's successful for the whole person.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. DP Porter specialized in design build for commercial and residential projects. We can assist our customers from anything from lot procurement to helping find a finance company for your project. CEM DP Porter is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMmaine.com.
Fox Monday. This means so much. Thank you so much. It's television's hottest night.
And the nominees.
Don't miss the stars.
Thank you.
The surprises and the host, Anthony Anderson.
Join me as we celebrate the 6 shows you've watched, the 48 you haven't, and the 130 you've never heard of.
The Emmys this Monday at 8.
Hosted by a guy you've never voted for. Who put that in there?
Live on Fox.
Fishing trip hit a snag, won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Last night, the U.S. and U.K. militaries launched strikes against multiple Houthi targets in Yemen. This is a militant group that's carried out repeated drone and missile attacks in the Red Sea, including on American ships. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Thursday night, the U.S. and British militaries launched a counterattack on the Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen, bombing more than a dozen sites used by the militant group.
Initial indications are that we had good effects, but of course we're prepared to take additional action should we need to.
Since mid-November, the Houthis have terrorized one of the world's most vital waterways, the Red Sea, attacking more than 24 commercial and merchant vessels, including American ships, as a show of support for Hamas and Hezbollah, who are fighting Israel. The airstrikes are the first U.S. military response.
It's about time that we struck back. In that part of the region, that part of the world, all they understand is power. And now they understand that we have power.
While some believe the response is long overdue, anti-war and pro-Palestinian protesters gathered in D.C. and New York City Thursday, calling on Biden to stop the bombing. The Houthis have warned they will hit back harder, raising concerns the U.S. could be thrown into another war in the Middle East. But others say the U.S. needs to show greater strength.
To deter the proxies themselves by hitting them will not be sufficient. We have got to go after Iran.
We just ended our nation's longest war. We should not be pulled into another one.
Some lawmakers claim President Biden did not notify Congress before he launched the strikes, but Fox has told congressional leadership was aware. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Well, with just 1 week to go before another government shutdown deadline, House Speaker Mike Johnson has his hands full fending off calls from conservatives to back out of the $1.66 trillion budget deal he struck with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
New military construction is just one of the items on the line if Congress can't pass a budget before the end of next week. The government is already operating under a continuing resolution, locking in last year's spending levels and restricting the start of new builds. Now Congress is considering another CR. The alternative? 20% of the government shuts down next Friday, with the rest closing February 2nd.
We need the economy all to be free from the unsettling risk of a shutdown.
House and Senate leaders have agreed to a top-line spending deal of $1.66 trillion, covering the rest of the fiscal year.
We are getting our next steps together, and we are working toward a robust appropriations process.
But negotiators are still hammering out the details.
Neither side is going to get everything that they want.
It's becoming increasingly unlikely they'll be able to ram the appropriations bills through both chambers before the January 19th deadline. And now hardline Republicans are pushing for more border security and deeper budget cuts.
Pretty much a lot of the spending coming out of here is totally unnecessary.
Also on the line, if Congress doesn't do something by next Friday, some veteran services, food and drug inspections, and the training of new air traffic controllers could all be stalled. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Former President Trump is ordered to pay nearly $400,000 in legal fees to the New York Times on Friday. The GOP presidential candidate will also have to cough up cash to 3 investigative reporters after he unsuccessfully sued them over a Pulitzer Prize-winning 2018 story that questioned his claims of being self-made, saying his father doled out hundreds of millions of dollars to him over the decades, including through tax avoidance schemes. The story also claimed that Trump and his father, Fred Trump, avoided gift and inheritance taxes by setting up a sham corporation and undervaluing assets to tax authorities. Trump, who sought $100 million in damages, alleged that his niece, Mary Trump, who supposedly gave the Times Trump family records, along with the Times and reporters, were, quote, motivated by a personal vendetta against him. Mary Trump filed a countersuit in July, arguing the former president's lawsuit was, quote, purely retaliatory and lacking in merit.
Well, we are just 3 days away from the first votes of the 2024 election. The Iowa caucuses are on Monday, but an unwanted visitor is on the way, a dreaded polar vortex that could impact voter turnout. Fox's Rebecca Castor now with this story.
It's going to affect everybody. I don't know who it'll affect more. It depends on the passion of the people.
A winter storm could make the last-minute push for GOP candidates more complicated. Most of Iowa is under a blizzard warning until Saturday morning, with life-threatening wind chills expected Saturday night through caucus day.
It's going to be -15, but I'm going to be out there, and I want you to go out there.
Friday, the whiteout stopped traffic on an interstate outside Des Moines, and presidential hopefuls Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis both canceled events due to the conditions.
We're not going to rest between now and caucus night, and look, the elements are, I'll brave whatever we need to. I mean, nothing's handed to you in this life, much less a presidential nomination. So if you have to go and trudge through snow to be able to earn the vote, you trudge through snow to be able to earn the vote.
The forecast even concerning the Trump campaign. The former president remains at the top of the latest polls from Iowa, but Haley is gaining momentum.
Everyone's like, we're winning by so much, we're sat at home. Like, why would you go out? It's -4. Don't think that way. If I can get my butt back up here in -4, you guys can get all your friends out to vote.
Before the turn in weather, the Iowa GOP was predicting record turnout, but that seems unlikely now, even though some hardy voters say they wouldn't miss it.
The diehard Trump supporters are going to come out under any circumstance.
Well, my mother's 92 years old, and she's already told me that if it's snowing or ice, you're going to come pick me up in your four-wheel drive pickup. We will find a way to get there.
If Trump doesn't get the turnout, a win in Iowa for Haley or DeSantis could be the boost their campaigns need to keep going. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
A powerful winter storm is targeting the Central Plains and Midwest today, but despite the cold temperatures, NASA's climate researchers say winters are becoming warmer. Fox Weather's Max Gordon has more.
The Windy City is living up to its name as another major storm moves across the Midwest.
It's Chicago. It's Chicago.
Wind gusts as high as 40 to 45 miles per hour are hitting the region on Friday, forcing hundreds of flight cancellations and even a ground stop delay at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Those gusts, combined with heavy snow, are also limiting visibility on the roads. Forecasters expect snow totals to reach nearly 2 feet in some places.
I just like the snow and the beauty of it. But I wouldn't want to be driving in it right now.
After the snow, an Arctic blast will settle in, targeting states from the northwest through the southern plains and Midwest. Forecasters say some areas could see sub-zero temperatures with wind chills as low as 50 degrees below zero. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says his state is prepared for possible power outages.
Power generators are fully inspected and prepared and winterized for this process. They have never been as prepared for a winter event as they are today.
It's a big change from last winter when the Midwest saw warmer weather and less snowfall. But in an annual assessment of global temperatures, NASA climate researchers say it's likely that we'll still see above average temperatures as the year continues.
Even with climate change, we'll still have winter. Winters in general are getting warmer. With climate change, every year isn't necessarily the hottest. It's just that we're seeing this trend overall.
Forecasters expect this weekend's cold temperatures to move into the northeast by next week. In Grand Rapids, Michigan, Max Gordon, Fox Weather.
All right, and back here at home, we are all eyes on this storm system moving our way right now.
Yeah, we certainly hear that in some ways it's definitely going to be a bit lesser than the storm we just experienced, but nevertheless, that 1-2 punch, not exactly what any of us need.
Exactly.
All right, well, the full 5-day is coming up, folks. Stay with us.
Another large winter storm is on the way for tomorrow with rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and high winds. More on that when I come back.
John Hamm is the world's most smartest detective.
I only got one rule. I don't play by the rules. Even that one.
Grimsburg series premiere February 18th on Fox.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Football fans, with a Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
The roar of the crowd. The excitement in the stands, the dedication, passion, and teamwork on the court, driven by the love of the game. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together, Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Quitting smoking, vaping, and other tobacco may be tough, but you can do it. Even if you don't get it right the first time, don't give up. Working with a quit coach increases your chances of successfully quitting, especially combined with quit medications. That's why each quit program through the Maine Quit Link offers free patches, gum, and/or lozenges and helps you build a customized quit plan. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com. It's free and it works.
Did you know that it's possible to prevent colorectal cancer with regular screening?
I almost skipped my colonoscopy because I had something more important to do. But my friend said, you've got to go.
Today, you have options for colon cancer screening. Ask your provider which test is right for you.
I was lucky. They caught my cancer early enough to treat it successfully.
If you're 50 or older, ask your provider about colon cancer screening or visit screenmaine.org.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And all right, so another major winter storm is on the way. It arrives before daybreak tomorrow morning with heavy snow changing over to rain, also some sleet in there as well, and then some wind. We could see wind gusts near 50 to 60 miles per hour again throughout the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. I know, right? Okay, so the advisories are posted. In here is a winter weather advisory starting off as snow tomorrow morning early, quickly changing over to rain, but still we could see a quick 2, 3, 4 inches of snow before it does so. In here is a high wind warning, a gale warning as well, and again waves approaching 25 feet into the harbors once again. All right, here it is now. Today was a nice day, right? Temperatures hanging out in low 30s across much of the area, light winds too, lots of sunshine earlier, but now the clouds are increasing, and here it is, and this thing has a lot of energy, a lot of moisture, a series of these these, right? All moving in our direction. So this will likely be here before daybreak tomorrow morning as snow changing over to rain and wind throughout the day. The wind out there now hardly there at all, right? On the north on 3 miles per hour. This will pick up with earnest tomorrow. In fact, we could see wind gusts throughout the day tomorrow near 50 to 60 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. This thing is moving though, so by tomorrow night, the worst is over. The whole thing gets out of here by late tomorrow night, and Sunday is actually going to be a pretty nice day around here. So here we are forward. You can see snow starting around sunrise tomorrow morning, changing over to rain quickly. That rain could be locally heavy after a quick 1, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow will melt that snow. So flooding is a concern again across the region. This all gets out of here late tomorrow night, and Sunday is going to be a pretty nice day with some sunshine back in the forecast for us on Sunday into Monday as well. If it stays all rain, looking at an inch or two of rainfall tomorrow. There will be some snow in here as well, likely a burst of heavier snow that could give us a quick, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow early tomorrow. Temperatures out there today, 34 here in Bangor, 27 Millinocket, much colder just north and west. So overall, frozen ground. We're going to melt some snow and add water to that. That will likely give us some flooding concerns tomorrow into the afternoon. Our forecast tonight looking at mostly cloudy skies or increasing clouds late. Snow around daybreak tomorrow morning after low temperatures down near 20 or so. For tomorrow, it's going to be a mess again. So a wintry mix to all rain early. That rain could be heavy. Wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour again as high temperatures surge into the upper 40s. Even a couple low 50s are not out of the question for tomorrow. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that mess tomorrow. A nice day on Sunday. Then we get cooler finally, right? Monday, 29. Tuesday, our next chance for snow. Not a huge storm on Tuesday. Snow, 29. 25 for Wednesday. Probably even cooler than that Thursday to Friday of next week.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
Great Scott! This is Green Bear 420 in 2010. What kind of trip is this? I gotta get back to 2023. Wait, it's 2015. So much has changed. In 2023, we had a lot more glass, t-shirts, and novelties. It's gonna take a bolt of lightning to get me home. Finally, home at last. Now Green Bear 420, Green Bear Green Care is bigger and better than ever. To be continued.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
For years, I've been inviting you to do business with Down East Toyota. Now let's hear from a customer.
I bought my first Toyota at Down East 24 years ago. 12 Toyotas later, I don't need to go anywhere else. For my family or delivering my coffee to customers, Toyota's my choice. From the service department and mechanics to the sales team and the ownership, I couldn't ask for anything more from Down East.
Thank you. We hope you'll soon discover that all roads lead to Down East on Wilson Street in Brewer.
The man who started it all is back.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted.
Premieres Monday, January 22nd on Fox.
This is Friday Night Fastball. Brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer. Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. It is Friday night. We are here. Must be Friday night fast break. Presented by Coastal Auto Parts. Tyler Cruz here with Ryan Sudol. Ryan, first time in the new year. We're back here in studio together. I was down in Portland last week. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Great to see you here with me. I miss doing shows in front of the green screen instead of the desk. We've got a normal fast break slate for you tonight. Can't believe I'm saying that. And we got games, reactions, everything and more. But let's start with some standings. Starting out with AA boys, Wyndham at the top, 10-0. Chevrolet, Portland, and Edward Little, 2, 3, and 4. Oxford Hills, Lewiston, and Bangor round us out.
And for the girls, Chevrolet unbeaten 11-0 at the top. Bangor, Edward Little, Oxford Hills, and Lewiston all kind of neck and neck there. And Wyndham and Portland round us out at the 6 and 7 spot. So let's start there, shall we? We'll go over in Bangor. The Rams trying to rebound off of their first 2 losses of the year. Bangor playing host to the Blue Devils out of Lewiston. Rams trying to get the ship right at home. Lewiston looking for a big road win. First quarter here, good ball movement from the Rams. That's going to be Delaney Hoare with it. She's going to swing it to Avery Clark, who pulls the 3 and drains the 3. Rams up 3-0 early. Here comes Emily Adams now running the break. She's going to get it over to Clark, and she's going to go under the defense, get the lay-in to fall. Nice nifty move right there. They're the Blue Devils now with some defense. This ball's going to go. It's going to be Avery Clark taking it in, but Natalie Bowden says no way. She sends that shot back. On offense now, Bowden skip pass to the corner. Ella Bowden nails the 3-pointer there. Good connection right there. Bangor running the break now. Adams, she's going to take this one all the way to the cup for 2, but the Devils hang on to win a close one at the buzzer, 46-43. All right, let's keep it moving down the list here with standings. Class A, starting with the gents. Mount Blue 9-0, and then it's all very close. Nokomis, Hamden, Messalonsky, Lawrence, Camden Hills, Coney, and then Brewer, Scow, and Gardner round us out.
And for the girls at the top, we have Lawrence at 9-0 coming into tonight. Camden Hills, Coney, Hamden Academy. 2 tied for 3 are Coney and Hamden Academy. Brewer, Skowhegan, Gardner, and Mount Blue, Nokomis, and Messalonsky round us out. So let's start there now. Lawrence girls, the reigning champs, trying to stay perfect at home in Fairfield. Top-ranked Bulldogs at the moment taking on the second-ranked Windjammers out of Camden Hills. Will be a big win here for both squads. First quarter, Camden Hills, Thea Lauka in transition. Up ahead to Kirsten Jones. Nice runner off the glass for 2.
With the lefts, too.
Yes, sir. Later, Lawrence's Ella Minahan to Nadia Morrison to Madeline Provost for 3 of her 37 on the night. Dogs up after 1. Second quarter. Windjammers with it. Leah Jones over to Lauka. You can't see her, but she hits the corner 3. Finally, Minahan. A nice pass.
Have to stand there.
Yeah, right, exactly. A nice pass inside from Minahan to the 6-footer, Lily Gray, and she gets the lay-in to go. Lawrence is 10-0. They win 63-46.
All right, big win there for the Bulldogs. Let's move down the list now. Battle at the top of Class B girls, as it has been all season long. Ellsworth, Old Town, Belfast, and Caribou, and Presque Isle all neck and neck, and then the rest of them rounding it out. Ellsworth hoping to run away with the region again.
Same with the boys, stacked at the top. Old Town 10-0, 9-2 Ellsworth. 3, that should be Orono at 3, 8-3. Caribou 4, 8-2, and then Maranacook, Herman, Washington Academy, Foxcroft, Bucksport, and MDI round us out there. And now we'll go to the boys now. 2 teams on the outside looking in, but it isn't too late for them. Over to Pittsfield we go. MCI Huskies playing host to the Lions out of Belfast. Let's pick things up in the second quarter. Belfast, Odell and Simon with a block from behind, and down the floor goes Andrew Haas from one baseline to another. The true definition of coast to coast. Nice lay-in off balance there.
Nice lay-in right there.
Later, MCI's Cole Allen down to Drew Shorey, and what a bounce pass, catching a driving Barrett Walker for the 2. How are these 2 teams at the bottom of B North with all this skill? Still second quarter. Belfast, Caden Nickerson to Eli Higgins on the wing, and he buries the 3-pointer. Lions down just 1 at the half, but MCI goes off in the third. Nice ball movement around the perimeter. Ends up with Caleb Kennedy, and his 3 goes down. He had 15. Huskies win 42-32.
Love watching that ball movement right there.
And now let's go to some scores. Class A boys, Hamden Academy 98-42 over Gardner. Class D boys, Stearns 61-32 over Greenville. Class A boys 67-57. Lewiston defeats Bangor. And in Class D boys, Bangor Christian stays hot, defeating Jonesport Beals 66-44.
Need some water?
Yes.
All right, we are almost done here. Just one more game to get to. But before that, one more set of standings to get to. Let's start with Class C. Ryan, you do the boys
Okay,
here.
Fort Fairfield at the top, 8-2. Machias 9-1. Fort Kent 6-4 at 1, 2, and 3. Callis, Hodgdon, and George Stevens 4, 5, 6. Mattanawcook, Narragansett, Mount View, and Dexter round us out there.
Pretty competitive.
There's not a single team under 500
Pretty
there.
competitive all around right there. Let's go to Class C North. Girls now, this is one of my favorite regions to watch. Mattanawcook, Hodgdon, PVHS, Fort Kent, and Machias all battling at the top. That is a heavyweight fight right there. Everyone else rounding us out, Woodland, Dexter, Mount View Central, and Calais. All right, so for our last game of the night, Orono Red Riots welcoming the Eagles out of George Stevens Academy. Class C North matchup here. Both teams looking for win number 3 on the season. Stevens with it. Layla Hutchins, she's going to get it on the inside. Pulls up for the close range jumper. And she gets that to go. Nice friendly bounce off the rim right there. Here they are again. Hallie Clifford is going to get it. She is going to swing it back over to Corinna Walden, and she's going to step into it and drain the mid-range from the corner. All right, here come the Riots now on the inbounds. Beautiful play, just how you draw it up. Kate Higgins to Grace Labrie. No dribble needed. She connects from in close. Eagles moving it around here on offense. Clifford's going to send a nice bounce pass inside to Cameron Allen. She's going to get this one to go. This is back and forth early on. Riots score 18 in the fourth. They win 46-35. All right, and for some other girls' scores, Hamden Academy with a sweep of Gardner on the night, 48-34 the girls. Ellsworth stays unbeaten. They win 62-29 up in Holton. Bucksport in overtime over Sumner, 32-31. And then Brewer with their second win in a row. They take down Mount Blue, 61-48. All right, that's going to wrap up the game action for the day, but let's talk some shop here, Ryan, with the rebound. All right, you were down in Fairfield tonight. You checked out the Lawrence Bulldogs. It's not your first time catching the defending champs either this year. They have been on a roll to start the season. Now 10-0 after that big win against the number 2 Camden Hills. What have you seen from them, and are they primed for another run when we get to February?
Let's just say that my pick for state champs is looking pretty good. They looked great against Nokomis last I saw them, but tonight just sealed the deal with what they did to Camden Hills. First and foremost, Madeline Provost is my pick for KVAC Class A Player of the Year. She had 37. Trust me, we'll get to her later. Of course, the rest of the team can score too. They're averaging 62 points a game after all, but what really impressed me tonight is their size underneath and what they do with it. They have 4 players 5'8" or above and 2 6-footers. The Bulldogs are rebounding machines, and oftentimes those offensive boards lead to points or fouls.
And when you have that kind of size, it's easy when you need a bucket just to dump it down low and let them go to work.
Exactly. Plus, here's something. They had 17 turnovers in that game tonight, and they still won by 17 points. They'll definitely clean that up before tourney time, and I don't even want to think about what they're going to do to their opponents then.
Yeah, it's going to be a dangerous team once they figure out all the tweaks. We'll see if anyone can catch up to them. Should be a really interesting race. There is more to come after the break, our Hardwood Spotlight, and a Minute With. Keep it here.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today. Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Celebrate 2024 with a new ride at Quirk Chevrolet in Bangor. Save over $7,000 on 24 Silverado 1500 Custom and buy for $44,495. Or enjoy the new year by saving $23,495 on a new 24 Equinox LT. In the market for a pre-owned vehicle, Quirk Motor City has the next certified car, truck, or SUV you're looking for, with over 400 quality used vehicles to choose from. It's your Chevy. Find it at Quirk in Bangor, Portland, and Rockland. Here's to the next 50 years.
Oversharing can be spiritual.
Name someone you had a romantic dream about.
My minister.
Praise the Lord, Pastor.
It can be loving.
You love to plant a big wet kiss on Steve Harvey's what?
Lips.
Your lips ain't big enough for these lips.
It can be wet.
Name someone who has touched your bare bottom.
The pool guy. Overshare with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Sharpen your knives. We are back.
Let's go. This season, you'll have to earn your place on one of our teams.
Are you ready?
Next Level Chef returns January 28th on Fox.
To Friday Night Fast Break. Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol here, brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts. None of that has changed. Fun night so far. It's been a fun year so far for the Old Town Coyotes.
Yes, sir, it has. The boys team are 10-0 to start the year and alone at the top of a stacked Class B North. And one thing that's fueled them all year, no one picked them to be this good. Here's Hardwood Spotlight.
Nobody believes in Old Town, so we just got to keep working and do our thing.
Old Town boys basketball are not only at the top of the region, but they're one of the few unbeaten boys teams in Northern Maine at 10-0.
We have 4 guys averaging double digits. We have great bench play. We have depth. It's all just coming together, and it's working well so far.
It certainly helps that the Coyotes are averaging 60 points a game this year, with nearly every player that sets foot on the court having a great jump shot.
It's just about finding the open man. Just really not being selfish, swinging the ball.
It's great. We can just share the ball. Whenever someone's open, they'll shoot, probably hit the shot 90% of the time.
A lot of that offense comes from their stingy defense, averaging 42 points allowed per game. They've got great size underneath, plus great speed all over the floor.
It's definitely an energy thing for us. If we just keep the energy high and we all make sure to have the right rotations, know who we have, communication, it's the biggest part.
But perhaps the biggest thing driving their success this year, no one picked Old Town.
Obviously, we didn't have a targets on our back coming into the season. Nobody thought we were going to win, and just got to prove them wrong.
The Coyotes were the consensus number 3 pick in B North behind Ellsworth and defending champs Orono. They beat both of them this month, including a win in overtime over the rival Red Riots.
That's a pretty big game for us, especially mid-season, just trying to get through every game.
Beating the rival, first of all, but beating a state champ from the year before, it's always good.
All in all, things are coming up roses for the Coyotes, but even in prime position for their first gold ball in 10 years, they know it's not time to celebrate just yet.
We can't look that far in the future yet, but that's definitely our goal this season. Come to practice ready to play every day, come to the games ready to play every day. Every time we're on this court, we just need to play our hardest.
In Old Town, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports. Hi.
It's going to be a fun reason to watch, a fun region to watch.
Yes.
Fun time at the Cross Center this March or this February when Class B North comes to play their regional tournament. That's going to be a blast. Speaking of Class B North, for this week's Minute With, we went over to Bucksport and caught up with Golden Bucks senior Caden Blackwood about all of the important things in life. Check it out.
Probably sour cream and onion. Those are pretty good. Solid flavor by far. Probably Black Ops 2. A favorite quote? YOLO. YOLO, I mean, live every day like it's your last. Just do what you do. Probably hunting. Hunting's probably my favorite, yep. Probably people smacking their lips while they're chewing. It's just the noise and the smacking is just quite annoying. Ooh, probably a PB&J, toasted PB&J. You gotta have the bread crispy.
All right, I agree with him. Crispy bread, the peanut butter starts to melt off. Nothing better than that.
Where do you stand on the smacking of the lips when you eat?
I agree with him as
Me
well
too.
there. All right, plenty more to come after the break. Stay with us.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
The Toyota Highlander. You'll value its quiet, smooth ride, surprising appointments,
spacious, luxurious interior, and its superior safety credentials. But what you might value most about Highlander right now is its value for the money. Save up to $2,300 with 4.99% financing on select Highlanders at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
On April 8th, Maine will experience a total solar eclipse. ABC 7 and Fox 22 want you to see one of nature's most beautiful and rare sights in the sky. We'll let you know the best places to see the eclipse, how to safely view it, and let you know why it's so special. We are the place for coverage of the Maine eclipse. Go to foxbangor.com and click on the Maine eclipse button to start to learn more today.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tuesdays, big names go head to head.
I can name that tune in one note.
Whoa! Celebrity Pack Name That Tune. Only Tuesdays on Fox.
All right, welcome back into Friday Night Fast Break. Just a few more minutes with you tonight. Tyler Cruz here with Ryan Sudol, Coastal Auto Parts, bringing this all to you. We've got some game balls to give out. We've got our You Gotta See This. That's where we will go first. Ryan, you were down there, and it was in Pittsfield tonight where this happened. Let's roll that clip.
All right, so this was Belfast against MCI. Look at the right amount of English here from Ethan Abbott on this breakaway. Let's see this one more time. Eli Velo off of a MCI miss, tosses it down to Abbott. Just a bit too far ahead of him, but not too much he can't fix. What a move there by him.
It's so hard to just catch it at full speed, stop yourself, and get that shot up. When he put that shot up, he's basically under the basket. That's some impressive stuff right there. All right, let's bring it back to us, and we'll get to some game balls here. Don't want to squish the mic before we get out of here until next week. I don't have much video to play. I had to leave early in this one, but I want to give a shout-out to Orono girls basketball. They've taken a couple of losses back-to-back, two tough teams, too. Dexter and Central coming home tonight. They fall behind early to George Stevens, find a way to fight back in the second half, close the game out for a big win, 18 fourth-quarter points. It's a huge win for the Riots. They get my game ball. Who gets yours?
Madeline Provost from Lawrence, probably the player of the night across all of the games that we were at. The sophomore had 37 of the Bulldogs' 63 points tonight, and she showed how much of a threat she is all over the floor. She shot at will, and they dropped one after another, even from college range. Plus, she had a great first step that allowed her to knife her way through Hill's defense.
First step.
And those along with the fact that she's got some hops and got up there at 5'7" for boards and blocks on the interior. She's just another reason why the Bulldogs, I think, are primed for another deep tournament run. Here's this block right here. How about that?
All right, speaking of deep tournament runs, we don't want to hear it, but that is right around the corner. February just a month away.
Why do we not want to hear it?
Well, I don't know, because regular season's happening too fast. We only got a couple more weeks of this fast break stuff with you.
I can't. Aw, you're so
But
sweet.
tournaments coming up soon. That's the rest we got for you tonight. From this evening, we will see you back here next week on Friday Night Fast Break. Have a good night, everybody.